Jesus says, if it were from this world, my servants would fight to prevent my arrest. But my kingdom is now from another place. Do you remember not too long ago in our time in the Gospel of John where there was a disciple who wanted to fight his way to prevent Jesus' arrest? Do you remember him? Who was it? Yeah, Peter. You remember that guy? The one who took a sword and cut off the ear of a servant when they came to arrest Jesus? That's the way of the kingdom of this world Jesus is pointing to. Because if he was of this world, that's what he would have fostered. That's what he would have called for. Have you seen the headlines and read the history books? This is the way that human power and authority is often demonstrated, by violence. They're the practices of kings and empires and dictators to get and keep worldly power by force. But the kingdom of Jesus brings does not use the tools of the kingdoms of the earth. They do differently. It's a different kingdom. It's from another place. So Jesus' rule and reign of the kingdom of God is totally different. We, like Peter, have to put down our swords or whatever tools that our neighbors and our countries and our culture tells us to use, because the kingdom of God is from another place. We use other tools, other weapons. The kingdom comes in different ways. Brothers and sisters, the kingdom of God doesn't play by the rules of this world, and neither should you. The world says that forgiveness is weak, right? To hold grudges. Somehow we think if we hold grudges against people, we have power over them. We're not going to let them get away from that, right? Forgiveness is seen as weakness. But in the kingdom of heaven, forgiveness is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. It was part of what Jesus came to usher. The kingdom of this world says that power is shown in violence and suppression and intimidation. That's why they're going to crucify Jesus, because that's how they show that they're in authority. That's how they're trying to squelch the kingdom of God, by putting Jesus on a cross. Right? The kingdom of this world says that is what power is about. Suppression, intimidation, money and riches and gross domestic product, and what's in your wallet. That is how power is shown and demonstrated. That the way of this world is not the way that God calls us to live. That God has a better way. God has a new kingdom, which we are citizens of. This newness has to come from outside of our system, outside of our homes, outside of our minds. It comes from another place. It has to come outside of the empire. It has to be ushered in by the humble yet powerful King of Kings.